Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our show. Let's try to do this real quick. We've had a technical difficulty, so we're going to make this short and sweet for you guys. But this is the Jedi Archives. My name's John.
I'm Mike.
I'm I'm Bryce, and this is take two because we already thought we recorded this.
So we are going to do it again, and that is my fault.
But the good thing is
But
that you're going to get a rehearsed show because we already know what we're going to
I
say.
rehearsed and abridged.
Correct. Yep.
So
so,
Dark Droids 3.
Yeah.
yes, here's our League of Comic Geeks page, and here's the Dark Droids number 3. Woo woo. And let's go over the covers. It's got a lot of variants, guys. So here's the first one. And
The
Awesome
main
one.
you
cover.
can see here
Awesome one.
it's got a great colors. I love all the purple eyes for the droids. I like these color schemes for Vader. Second variant, it's a
Very,
virgin
very
variant,
cool. Very awesome. And this
except
one's
for
clean,
this
too. The
Marvel.
silly Marvel necklace right there.
Like
But
it. I
every
like that
rest
he's
of it's
being
clean.
taken over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's being not consumed.
Assimilated.
What's that word they're using?
Yeah. You could
Assimilated.
say
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
And then this third
This
variant is a really cool one. It's got Vader's castle on Mustafar. You see the lava flowing down, and then it's forming three
It's my
PO.
least favorite one
Nice.
of them. I think it's silly looking.
Least
Yeah,
favorite? I like it. I like
I
it.
think
I
it's
get
silly
the
looking.
theme that they're going for here, so I do appreciate this cover. But
If it
it's
was the
yeah, it's not.
Scourge
Yeah.
face, it'd be better. That's just silly looking in my mind.
That's true. Because 3PO doesn't even come out in this one. And then here we have the Baylor Valance
It's a
front
very. I
cover.
love the action figure covers. Very cool looking.
Me too. Well, I like him. He's hot. And then we've got this. I like this cover a
That's my
lot because
opinion.
it's got Vader. I like this one a
Yeah,
lot. Yeah,
that's
he's
Yeah.
a
standing
nice
on
That's
top
clean
of
fine.
all
one.
the. This is all the carnage of droids, and he's standing on top of the Victor. He
My
looks like the
favorite's the
Batman, right? Doesn't he look like Batman?
the Jim Lee art with the Batman
It's got a
standing
yeah.
there, the Superman standing there. Yeah, it's definitely that
But
side
the cape
profile.
is
Jim
like a
Lee's awesome.
Batman cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
does
then
definitely gives you that Gotham vibe.
the
This is my
final
favorite
cover is
cover.
the
The
droid.
red dark droids and the flat black. It's just it's so clean for
Hmm.
me. Maybe they could have got rid of that
That's a
sentence
good
up
one too.
top, but the rest of it's clean.
This one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, both those sentences. It makes it busy, but
Yeah. First it
yeah,
comes
yeah.
for the metal, then it comes for everything else.
So those are the 6 covers, and here's the Scourge descends on Mustafar for the evil intelligence taking over droids across the galaxy. There's no greater prize than the Force, and who better to steal it from than the being who is more machine than man, Darth Vader himself. And here we have the characters in this issue. We've got Scourge, Ajax Sigma, C-3PO. Oh, he isn't it? Darth Vader, Baylor Valance, Lobot, and Magna Tolvan. Of course, the
Yeah,
three.
3PO's right at the beginning. He's actually on Mustafar with that
He's there
mouse
for
droid.
yeah. When he's doing that
Right,
prologue
right,
talking to himself, yeah.
right.
Yep.
That's right. Forgot that.
Yep.
All right.
All right,
Well,
real
we'll
quick.
stop
In an
doing
effort
that.
to stop the Galactic Empire, Lady Kiara gambled on the ancient Sith device to disrupt the Sith connection to the Force. She failed, and out of the ruins of her plans emerged an evil entity. The entity is a scourge droids in both rebellion and empire, and continued to spread its consciousness to any droid that could, including the trusted protocol droid C-3PO. After a brief conversation with Luke Skywalker, it dawned on the scourge that cyborgs are the bridge to humans that needs to further spread its control. And there's no cyborg more powerful than Lord Vader. So, yeah, like we said, the first couple pages is just him talking to himself. Kind of, a lot of this is the droid. Maybe the whole freaking thing is the droid talking to himself. Honestly, I think about it. I don't think there's any dialogue. Oh, the
Yeah.
Ajax has some dialogue with the other ones, but other than that,
Yes.
it's the Scourge monologuing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Correct.
and then once you get to that dialogue, I was said earlier, this is a great two-page panel. We see this new Star Destroyer called Scourge One, just covered in monoliths and technology. It's just so wicked, and I
All the
want that
spikes.
so
It's
bad.
pretty cool. Yeah.
I
So
need
I
to
do
do
Yeah,
have
that.
this. I
it's
have this
very
here. It
cool.
says that the droid Scourge has never looked so deadly and terrifying as it does in Dark Droids 3. It's looked
Yeah.
plenty menacing and threatening when popping up in Star Wars Darth Vader, Dr. Aphra, and Bounty Hunter series, but the creepiness of it and general threat level really hits home in Dark Droids, where we see the events from its perspective and gain an insight to its mind.
Yeah, then quickly we finally see his avatar. 'Cause we just been kind of as
Ooh.
C-3PO or as a Puck or something. But his avatar is awesome looking. It's like 12, 15 feet tall. It looks like Sauron, but as a robot, and it's so
Right.
wicked. It's really awesome. I love that character, and hopefully we see it do some action. And then we start seeing a lot of his experiments. The droids, droid bots, and I just noticed there's a mouse droid with an arm sticking out of it. I didn't notice that the first time.
Yeah, it
That
totally reminds me of Sid
whoa,
from Toy Story.
yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
does.
totally
It
it.
does.
They just rebuild toys,
Like the
parts. Yeah,
the
it's
legs
just
on the fishing pole with the
yeah,
baby head, and
Yeah, the legs
yeah,
on the fishing pole. Then what's the what that was the skateboard with the arms?
yeah,
yeah.
and the
It's
baby
just
with the spider body,
Um,
baby head with the
it's
spider body.
it's
yep, yep,
terrifying, and
Yeah,
I
yep.
love it. And that
it is just like
one,
that.
the one I don't know what it's called unit that has the
Ball
human
baby.
skull in a ball. Ah, this is just
Oh, with
so
the skull
cool.
in the head. Yeah,
I
the
hope
Yeah.
the
that's a
skull.
character we see later and have his own spin-off as a bounty hunter or something.
Mhm.
That's one of the coolest. This page is some of the coolest images in Star Wars I've ever seen. That Star Destroyer,
Yeah.
the Scourge, that character with the globe. Oh my god! Give me action figures, give me spin-offs. I want all that. So I
Yeah,
love
well,
all
here
that.
we can really appreciate how far its tendrils have spread throughout the Star Wars galaxy, because the
Yeah.
Scourge
Mm.
outlines its ambition to expand into the organic minds and master. It wants to master the Force now, not just get organics. And thankfully, it's still struggling on that front because it does say, "Hey, there was a time when this was possible because it did overtake Afra completely, and it
Yeah.
did. There was twice that it was able to do it, but
Long
it's
time
lost
ago.
a long
Yeah.
time ago, a long time ago. So it doesn't know how to do that. So it wants to recreate that." But there's a surprising amount of horror in this issue, which we've been mentioning all those parts, which is
It's not
very,
Mhm.
for
very,
kids. Yeah.
very good for Halloween
Mhm.
though. So that's why we featured 1 and 2 for our Halloween
Yeah.
episode.
It's a great
But
break from the norm, though, too.
it sure is.
From the
Yeah,
normal Star Wars stories to give it a little bit more darkness.
it definitely adds another layer of fear that the Scourge is
Yes.
perpetuating for sure.
Yep.
Then we go to our presumably Battle of the Titans. This is why this episode is so hyped because last episode's like Vader versus the Scourge. I was like, oh my
Right.
god, I want this so bad.
Well, but even
And
before that, Jonathan, this action ramps up to this issue slow because in previous issues it has, remember, it's already attacked Vader before in the latest Vader issue, and it's already possessed the cyborg bounty hunter Valance and bounty hunter series. But in this one,
I think that he possesses Valance at the end of this book.
no, at the end
Yeah,
of the
that's
bounty hunter series.
the timing of like the reading order, like
I think you read
in
this
Marvel's
before.
release schedule is kind of
Yeah.
different. Like if you want to read everything, like UTN or something like that, where you can actually get the actual chronological. If you're going to read every book, there's an actual order to the whole story. But
Okay, because yeah,
usually you want to read this and then read the tie-in stories after that with the 4 main books. This is usually how it works with these like
okay.
series. So where you would read this and then you would read Bounty Hunters, or you would read Vader, or because then you would get the branching story off of the main book. Is usually how they work.
Okay, that does help a lot to read the main story than all the branches because there's a lot. This is definitely a unique way of doing this.
They did it with War of the Bounty Hunters. They did that too last year with Boba Fett and everything. Like they would release like the main book, and then they would branch off into the 4 main books, and then it would come back to another main issue.
It's almost a lot like the High Republic, but you read the main books and then you read all the little things around it. So it's definitely it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. But these next 3 or 4 pages are some of the most shocking scenes you'll ever see in Star Wars. Because if there's someone Star Wars protects, it's Lord Vader. I mean, they protect him, like they make him this immortal monster. And these droids catch him off guard and manhandle him. I was beyond shocked. I thought this was like a vision of the droid. Like, this is how we're going to do it.
That's what I thought too at first.
This is how it's actually happening. They dragged him out of his hibernation chamber or whatever. They drag him out of that like a sack of potatoes. And then when Vader calls for his lightsaber, they snatch the lightsaber.
In
like
midair. They're so fast.
I'm like, oh my God. They are just, I've never seen anyone manhandle Vader like this.
And you know what? And the artwork is what helps portray this. So hats off to Luke Ross, because Luke Ross is a master of art. Because all these, the way that we can visualize it is thanks to the artwork. And so, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's very
Right.
dynamic. Very dynamic.
it's very nice. It's bam, 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 bam. It's like
It is.
I'm blown away by what's happening right now. And then you go back to the Scourge on his Scourge 1. And then we see our, I'm going to guess these are protagonists maybe of the story. I can't tell. But it's the
Ajax and then
Ajax and his crew. And as we said before, like they're liberators of droids, I guess. So droid taking over droids is a big no-no for them. So that's kind of, they're there to stop them. So they show up and they attack. And it's really cool to see them because this is something else you never see in Star Wars, right?
right.
So I'm loving this so far. It's very entertaining. But just to move this on quickly, the Scourge is still fighting Vader and the droid, so he has to make this decision, which kind of is a little sucks.
He
that
has
he had
battles
to
on
make
two
this
fronts.
decision.
Yeah, battles on two
I have
fronts.
to focus on something, and I have to focus on self-preservation. So he kind of doesn't. His droids are still with Vader, but they're not attacking him or nothing. It's kind of just paused. But there's a couple panels, and it's pretty cool. I'll just read them real quick. But it shows Vader, but you hear Scourge dialogue. I should have waited to attack Vader. I may have made, in the next panel, a mistake. And it's Vader. He's like sitting there, and all of a sudden, he has these glowing arms and legs. You know what that actually reminds me of? I don't know if you ever watched this, but this is a Dave Filoni show back in the day. The Avatar, the cartoon. He's actually like glowing, got the bald head, the glowing eyes, sitting in that stance. That is the Avatar. Like it's all of a sudden he's gaining all this powers that I got. So I didn't, and then he's just super amped up being without his armor, which is super cool. So I'll just keep going.
Yeah. Oh.
You were on a roll. We were listening.
I don't know if you guys wanted to comment on any of it. So
No, I like that. I like that. Again, Mike and I had mentioned it as a tie into the Jedi Survivor game, where the One High Republic former Jedi like turned
Cal awakens because he was in a hibernation.
Yes, did that with the Force arm in the second encounter in that game.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see Vader using his Force limbs the way that Jedi from the High Republic did.
Yeah.
Because he actually held a lightsaber. And then it was cool because in one panel in the game, it shows him holding the lightsaber. And then you also see him, just the lightsaber floating because he actually doesn't have an arm. But when you can see the Force, he's holding it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
And then the next couple panels, 3 things are happening at once. Vader's freeing himself, wrecking droids, just really simple, and then the second, what we call the second revelation, they're getting kind of steamrolled. Like they didn't know what they're up against, but also at the same time, there's some panels where it's like, I have solved it, and you see flesh beings, organic beings, eyes turn purple. So he's all at the same time. All this is happening. He's figured out how to control the cyborgs.
And that's when he realizes that hybroids are the key to achieving his goal.
I forgot to mention that the hybroids was
hybroids.
That's the first time I ever heard that. Yeah.
Right. And so Magna Tolvan, Lowbottom, Valance are all possessed by the droid Scourge, and Valance has already been taken. But as far as we know, there are 2 spoilers for future issues of Star Wars Doc Afra comic series.
So pretty much that's the end of it, except you see all the other cyborgs right now and all our other comics. It's a big, broad range right now. All get purple eyes. And there's quite a few of them. We talked about them earlier, but that's really cool. And I'm really excited to see where this is going. But I want to see the Vader stuff. That's what I'm excited for. That's right. I didn't even know this was going to go there till last issue. I was like, oh my God, this Clash of the Titans is what I want to see. Little disappointed. Didn't really happen. They kind of manhandled him, and then they kind of stop the assault, which is a little disappointing.
Right.
But you guys gave me hope. We might see the Vader Clash of
I
Titans
think
in the
it's
next
not
2
the
issues.
end. Yeah,
I
because
really
he
hope.
does
Yeah,
say
I don't
that
think it's the end
he
either.
says that this is a mistake, but he can learn from it. So I think he's gonna get away, regroup, come back stronger with
That was
backup.
their shot, man. They're this close.
No,
man.
but now he's gonna get back with backup because now he knows.
Yeah, but they're not gonna.
Well, yeah,
have
because
yeah.
we'll see Lobot and Valance and Tolson for sure.
Bay alert, right, and Tolvin. But the thing is that Vader's already on alert. He knows they're after him.
Yeah.
So he's
That's
not
what I'm
going to
saying.
be as.
I bet you there's no droids in his ship. It's just going to be organics. I bet you. No mouse droids or nothing. So.
Right, because it was the mouse droids that did him in this episode, this issue.
Right.
Because they knew all the little secret tunnels.
Okay. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I'll go first. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, but I'm more hopeful for what's to come in the next 2 issues before it ends. So I'm going to have to give this one a 3.5 holocrons because it didn't really fulfill the hype that I was expecting with Vader, because they were building him up in issues 1 and 2. We get to Vader issue 3, and then we don't get the big Vader like reveal like on the cover, like Jonathan said. So 3.5 holocrons.
Yeah, really similar, but I'm going to go 4 because some of the new images we see. That new Star Destroyer, the Sauron Scourge, the Globe Skull, and then the fact you see Vader get manhandled for like 3 pages. I'm like, the most protected character in Star Wars just gets tossed like a sack of. They toss him, and he's crawling. How like
and that
defeating
scene when he goes,
is that?
And that scene for his lightsaber when it comes to him and he catches it.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh my god! It's like, they like that was something you've never seen. And I don't know how they were able to pull that off, because I'm sure someone at Lucasfilm's like, what did you just do to Vader? Vader's supposed to be like the strongest character, but I really want to see the big battle. So little disappointed it didn't happen because I thought it was going to happen, but there's hope that it will happen soon, and I really I'm excited for this. So 4 out of 5 holocrons.
Yep, I'm same 4 out of 5. This is a very fun series. I love that it's taking the break from the norm, doing something a little bit darker, a little more on the horror side. That's expanded outside of 000 and why am I drawing a blank on the other droid right now? I feel bad. 000 and
R2, but
BT1, BT1, I believe.
Yeah, BD1.
No, BD1 is Cal's droid.
Oh,
he's BT. I'm pretty sure it's
000.
BT1, I believe. It's a BT. I mean, you can fact check me, but BD1 is definitely Cal Kestis' droid.
All right, so was that it? Interrupt you.
No, is Mike fact checking me?
No, I'm looking for what's that other droid?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's BT1 and 000.
I have the action figure somewhere, but I'm not gonna dig it out right now.
Oh, it is BT1. You're right.
BT1. Yeah. All right.
Nobody loves entertainment like someone fact checking in the middle of it. So.
Sorry. I already finished with my review, so I can do whatever I want. You guys can get going.
All right.
But yeah, I'm 4 out of 5. So
please like and subscribe. Please comment. Let us know what you guys think of this. If you have not started reading this issue, please read this issue. It is so different, like Bryce said, from the normal. It's not for little kids. You see the body parts coming out of droids. It's a little on the horror side.
Yeah.
But they told us. I remember I went to the panel on Comic-Con. They said, this is going to be bad. This is going to be horror. So it's not for kids, but it's a super fun read so far. You're not much anything else Star Wars is like this. So if you want something a little different, please read it. Watch our first video. We go over 1 and 2. Comment and subscribe. And if
you comment, I'll reply.
Mike will reply. All right, let's do the runner. Please follow us on YouTube at Virtual Cantina Network, on Instagram at Virtual Cantina Network, on
Virtual.Cantina Network.
Yeah, it's Virtual.Cantina Network
now
on Instagram.
At X at Virtual Cantina, on Threads at Virtual Cantina Network.
Cantina Network. Virtual.
On Hive at Virtual Cantina. and TikTok at Virtual Cantina. And of course, all this is on the main mothership page, the board cube, as you would say, the Star Wars Celebration Japan 2025. That's where you're gonna go to that group, join that group, and all of our antics are there. You can participate in all our fun stuff.
All our other programming and all the fun stuff we do.
And big thanks to the partner pages, Star Wars Book Nerds and Star Wars Comic Book Club.
All right, thank you for watching.
May the Force be with you.
Be with you.
Always.
May the Force be with you.